Hi, my name is Tim Tinnin. I'm the founder of the Red Slipper Warrior Project. It's an empowerment initiative that we put together to help women and little girls that are fighting cancer. And if you'll indulge me for a minute or two, I'll tell you about it. Back in 2012, I lost my wife Angie to colon cancer. She was 39 years old and she was my newlywed bride. She was very active with me in doing charity work and live music. So after she died, I put together a charity concert on the streets of Jefferson City, Missouri called Angie Palooza. And there we celebrated life and really also celebrated those that are fighting cancer and those that are beating cancer. And we've made that a very popular event in downtown Jefferson City. Part of supporting those that are fighting is trying to come up with ways to help them that maybe other people haven't come up with. And one of the things that we found is when Angie got sick, she used to say all the time, I've lost my hair, I feel like crap, I look like crap, I feel lousy, I don't feel like a girl, I feel like the only thing anybody ever sees is cancer. Effectively, she felt like cancer defined her. And after she passed, I realized that wasn't just her that says that. That's virtually every woman on the planet that's going through this. And cancer is something you get. It's not something you are. It doesn't define you. And we want to try and do something to help you remember. You're still a girl. You're still beautiful. You're the same person you were. You're just in a fight. And so we decided to get some very, very, very blingy red slippers. Because if you're wearing those, you're a girl. And hopefully you realize you're still beautiful as well. I was never in a fight in my life and get beat up some. You're just in a fight. So we get you the red slippers. And why slippers, you may ask? Back before Angie ever got sick, I asked her one time, I said, sweetie, what is it about you women and shoes? Because I don't get it. Probably like a lot of guys, I don't get it. And I'm not griping. I just don't understand it, that you can have 100 pair in your closet and be looking at pair 101 and be drooling over them. And she looked at me with a look that she was fairly famous for, is that, oh, you poor simple man. And she said, shoes always love you. And I didn't understand what that meant either. And she said, I could have a zit in the middle of my forehead. I could be wearing my fat jeans. My hair could be a mess. I could look like a train wreck. And you know what? Cute shoes do not care. Cute shoes always love you. If I don't feel good about myself, I don't feel cute, I just get me some cute shoes. And that made complete sense to me. That I get it. And after she passed, it kind of dawned on me that, you know what else cute shoes don't care about? Cute shoes don't care if you've lost your hair due to chemo, or if you've had a mastectomy, or you've got a chemo port, or if you have a ileostomy. Cute shoes don't care. They always love you. And so we might want to make sure you've got some cute shoes. So that way, if you're not feeling good about yourself, not feeling cute, these will remind you, you're still a girl, you're still beautiful. Second part of this project comes from my own personal experience. I was on the Missouri State Highway Patrol for 32 years, retired last year. And during that time, the first 27 years, I was on the road. The last 4, I was the governor's bodyguard for 3 different governors here in Missouri. And during 8 years of my road time, I was also assigned to the state SWAT team. And as you can well imagine, when the state team gets called, it's a bad day. It's not your run-of-the-mill standard search warrants. It's a bad day. Lives are at stake. Quite likely people have already been killed, or there's a threat of them being killed. So it's high risk, and it's pretty amped up. It wasn't unusual for us to get a call, and the fact situation would be something to the effect, he's got 2 hostages, he's already killed 2 people, and he said he's killing the first guy through the door. And 9 times out of 10, that was me. I was on our entry team, and I was generally the first guy through. And the first time you get that call and that situation, it's daunting. I mean, I'll be honest, first thing that goes through your mind is, I'm probably getting shot today. And you also realize very quickly that you can't have that attitude. You have to create this invincibility, this bulletproof mind, this warrior attitude of winning. Right before we were to go in, I had this routine. My guys are stacked up behind us. We're waiting for our green light. We're ready. And right before we got that go, I would take a big, deep cleansing breath. And when my eyes came up, the only thing on my mind, the only thing, was winning. I'm going in hot. I'm hitting the door hot. I'm going through the door. I'm going to win. I win, I win, I win. There's no options. I'm invincible. Now, was I invincible? Of course not. Of course not. Lots of dangers involved there. But in my mind, I could not be beaten. And it kind of dawned on me that that's very similar to the type of a situation that you're going through. You didn't ask to be there, but you're going through a hot door. It's not optional. So the only thing that we can work on now is, how are we going to do it? How are we going to be effective? And how are we going to be a winner as we go through? So when I went through, I was going to win. You got to be able to go through with that winning mentality, that warrior mentality. And when I say warrior mentality, that doesn't mean you're not going to get knocked down. Warriors do get knocked down, but they always get back up. And I think that's critically important, because with cancer, as you well know, you're going to have bad days. You're going to have bad days. Those days are just going to suck. But a warrior always gets back up. Every SWAT person I know on the planet has what we call a go bag. That's mine. When I was on the patrol, when I was active, I carried a pistol and ammunition and a protein bar, water, a first aid kit, anything I thought I might need in case I looked outside and saw the world coming to an end. I could grab my bag, I could go, and for 48 hours I may not be comfortable, but I had everything I needed. Every cancer patient I know has a sort of a bag that they take with them to chemo. It may have an iPad, or it may have a book or music or a crossword, something that passes the time. We want to make sure that you've got one. We want to make sure you have a go bag. You know, these are just slippers, and this is just a bag. Right up until it becomes a symbol of empowerment, it is your battle gear. It's that gear that reminds you you're still beautiful, you're just in a fight, and that we're going to win. We're going in hot. We're winning the day. It doesn't matter what happens a year from now. What matters is, do we win today? We're winning today. The difference between what we're doing and what everything else I've seen across the country is the difference between distractions and empowerment. Distractions are really important, because no one wants to think about cancer 24/7. And without distractions, you probably would. We believe in them. Angie buys iPads for the ladies and men that are going through cancer treatment here locally. There's cancer hospitals that buy coloring books for the little kids that are taking treatment. Really important. The problem becomes not that they're not effective for what they do, but at the end of the day, when you're crawling up into bed and you are by yourself and the lights go out, it's just you and your thoughts. Distractions don't work. Distractions don't work at that point. At that point, it's you and you. And you have to have a bulletproof mind. You have to have that warrior mentality, that even though today may have really been rough, today may have really sucked, tomorrow we get back up, we go tomorrow, we go for the win, we win the day. You know, we're not docs. We can't fix cancer. But what we can do, hopefully, is help to make you a better fighter. Help you to dig down and find that warrior mentality that you've probably never had to dig up. Heck, most people in the world today don't ever have to pull it up and use it, because not that many people have life and death situations. We did, and you do. So we want to create that warrior mentality. You may not feel strong 24/7, but you never forget that you're a warrior and that you're beautiful. So at the end of the day, when you're not feeling good, pull up your slippers, put them on. Heck, wear them 24/7 if you want to. You're beautiful 24/7. Why not? And remember, still beautiful, just in a fight. And I am a warrior. And the only thing that's left from there is to kick his ass, warrior princess.